like you to connect with your phone so that I can hear you clearly. So you want to connect with your phone, and then by the time I want to talk to anyone, you give them the phone one after the other. I want to use this class to set up our session, and I want to ensure that everybody must follow before I resume that class, before I come there. So connect with your phone. Have you? Yes. And connect to this call. If you don't have anybody that has, should connect. I want to ensure that I can hear you. And let the volume of the TV be high. I want everybody to hear me clearly. And if you are there and you are not ready, you leave. I want to ensure that you keep notes. The classes will not be repeated. If you are taught anything and you cannot follow and you did not ask until you come back to the class, we'll leave you in the confused state while we will move ahead. So I want to be sure that everybody is hearing me. Connect that phone and let me talk to them one after the other. Have you Zoom no day for your phone? No, they use you. No go to download, they waste our time. Oh. You can also tell doctor to connect using his Zoom. I want to also hear him talk. Yes, I'm dropping the Zoom link for you. I also want to be sure that you are with us. So you can connect with either your PC or your phone. So while we are listening, if you have your earpiece, you can also connect. Most importantly, there must be questions, whether you're asking me or I'm asking you. And by the time I tell you something and I ask you and you are not answering, I'm not going to waste our data or disconnect you. So if you are ready for me to kick off, somebody should tell me, let us go, so that I can go. So can we go? Nobody is talking. So will it be? I can hear you now. If you have phone, you must connect so that you know how to connect. We are also going to learn professional usage of Zoom. It's part of our class. Connect. But if you connect, make sure you mute your microphone. If you don't have it and you don't have data, just observe. What of Mr. Wisdom? Is Wisdom there? Okay, so I want to believe that you are all seeing my screen and you are hearing me. So I need somebody to affirm so that I can fire on. I cannot hear any of you anyway. So is anybody talking?
Hear us now, sir. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir. I can hear you clearly.
Great.
All right.
Connected already.
It's okay.
Everybody connected already. We are not connected yet. Give us
Okay.
about 5 minutes in all, sir.
All right. All right. I want to hear the names of the persons there. Okay. I was trying to confirm if it is my own data that is causing the break. So let us continue. I'm going to stop the recording and start again, so that we are all on. But let me continue with this. I hope you are connected.
Not yet, sir. Only the main about only one person is connected.
But we need everybody to connect. I want to see everybody on the screen. Except you don't have a phone or you don't have data. And mute your microphone, except you want to talk. So we have TechnoSpark, we have HP. That's the two persons we have for now. I can see TechnoSpark, I can see HP. Mr. Wisdom told me that he's there, but I cannot confirm if he's there. Then we also have Madam Chibuzo, if I'm correct. But she has not connected, so let's head on. Yes, we have Techno K 15K. Somebody has joined. Yes. So I can see 3 persons. Yeah, is anybody still connecting? Once they are all connected, anybody can drop me a message on WhatsApp and say we are ready. So while we are waiting for others to learn how to use Zoom and connect to Zoom video, we'll be gisting before the class starts. But once you drop me a message that you are set, I will go formal. There is a goal. There is a goal for all of us why we have decided to come together. And like we discussed earlier, the most important thing is our seriousness. If you follow up properly, you will discover that the classes we are going to be having will be so sweet, such that you will not want to miss any. If you are going to work with us or learn with us, and after 6 weeks, you have not earned money, and we did not see you growing such that you can also work with us, your money will expire. During this session, some of us who have our username and password will log into our accounts, update your profile, and you can have extra 75,000 credited to you. If you don't have money in your wallet, there are many things you cannot participate on our platform. We have quizzes, we have giveaways, so we have sharing of links and making of money. If you don't have your password, make sure you have it and you can log in. We are on a journey to learn and earn. We don't want to teach anybody who is not willing to earn. So we have three types of people in this team. One, those who are willing to learn because they want to add it as a side hustle with what they are doing currently. Secondly, we have those who are learning because they intend to take IT as a career. When they identify them, instead of saying, I am a carpenter, I am an engineer, I am a doctor, some want to say, I'm an IT professional or I'm a computer scientist. So those are those ones who have given their life to computer. Then we have another set who want to learn it because they want to make a switch. They want to leave whatever they are doing and migrate into tech. So whichever category you find yourself, whether you fall within the category of somebody who is just passively trying to learn, or you want to actively learn, uh, we believe that this class is for you. It's going to be very simple. At the same time, if you don't listen attentively and you allow anybody there, any agent of distraction beside you in that class, or wherever you are listening to us from to disturb you, you may not understand again, unless probably you have this video and you can go back to listen to it. So in this class, I'm also waiting for two other people to join. They told me they are trying to join. In this class, we are going to be discussing heart to heart on what we want and how we want it and the way we are going to go about it. I will assume that nobody there knows what is computer. Even though some of us have been saying yes, so they go ask you what you did. You say, oh, man, I be computer person. Where you they go? I they go computer class. Each class na 10,000 naira. If by the time your money finish, you know the focus. You will seize your ID card. You must pay before you enter class. So our lifeline here is we're going to collaborate together. Our learning is not going to be abstract or that kind of learning where you just learn and you don't know, you cannot identify what you have achieved. We don't teach Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. We don't do that. For any of you that wants to record, for any of you that wants to record, I'm going to terminate this session. Then I'll disconnect all of you and then I'll wait for you to immediately join again, and then I can give you access to record. So I have 5 minutes to round up this introductory session, terminate the meeting, and then turn the meeting on again for you to join using that same link. All right. So I'm going to show us basic things we will be discussing, and I'll head straight to something I just modified so that we'll be using things that are original. I'm on Gemini, and Gemini is an AI tool owned by Google that allows us to learn, ask, plan, organize, design, whatever we want to do. They will not, no any AI can help you do your job. No any AI can replace you because it is humans that build AI. And the AI is feeding on the data that we have supplied to it. So in our journey, we are going to take advantage of AI instead of having AI think that he can take our job. We'll take advantage of AI. We'll use AI to build another AI. We use AI to make money. We use AI to keep the money. We use AI to invest. We use AI to trade. We use AI to do marketing. We use AI to do hacking. We use AI to design graphics. We use AI to do video editing. We use AI to code. We use AI to do copywriting. And all of these things, they have different AIs that can handle different things. It is not very easy for you to have one that can do everything, except you are using a platform that has integrated majority of this AI, like MuleSoft. So I was able to modify the document you have about the introduction to computer. And in this course, we will be looking at just basic thing, and I will not dwell on it so much. I just want to tell you what computer is. And then, because you already know what computer is, I want you to start using it after I drop this video call or after we end this class today. Immediately we end the class, all of you will have to sit and do the assignment. Nobody should leave until you do that assignment. The class is going to be for 40 minutes. I will disconnect. After 10 minutes, we connect again. I do 40 minutes. Then you will use the remaining 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I mean, to finish up the assignment I'm going to give to you. You have to do it in group. So as people are going to join us, we're going to be in groups. We're going to be in groups. And if you are not on our WhatsApp group, make sure you join. If you are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, and make sure that you are on our platform so that you will not be missing out of anything. Then I want to also plead with you, don't confuse yourself. Don't confuse yourself. Some of us are too fast. Today, they just tell you what computer is. You don't already jump, go to do HTML with computer. No come class, when they ask us HTML when they talk about introduction to computer. Except if we are discussing computer and somehow we mention HTML, although we are not restricting anybody from asking any question. I challenge you, I dare you to challenge ourselves. Not challenging me, challenge me, I'll off your microphone. We challenge ourselves on the things that we don't know. The easiest way to know so much more is to share. So by the time you learn, if you cannot share with your colleague, you cannot share with somebody close to you, go home and share it with somebody and confirm that you know it. We are not going to be cramming anything in this computer. This course is to use computer to make money. And if after 6 weeks, like we said, I no see money, they enter your own account, how me I go take get? I go block you. Even if you call police, I no teach you because your money go don't expire as at that time. Okay, we have 50 seconds left. And within these 50 seconds, I want to be sure that you already know how you were able to connect to this Zoom. But as I'm going to disconnect now, Once it is 1 on the dot, which is 1 minute time, I want to see everybody connected. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop this class now, and you have 2 minutes to reconnect. So should I start? Doctor, you are not here. Yes, it's remaining 2 people. We were 6 before. Time they go to join Zoom, now they add una. Let's we get glow. Make you no join no before you go say no they hear us. Okay, so I'm going to fire down. Initially, we started discussing about computer, and then we try to create an introduction into what computer is and how we are going to start using them today. One of the advantages I have enjoyed that kept me cheating other people when it comes to the world of tech is because I took my time to know the computer. If you don't know the computer, you'll be thinking you know what you are doing, whereas you don't know. It is the knowledge of computer that tells you how to go and do your cybersecurity or data analysis. So in this course, I'll tell you computer like you have not heard before, if I have not had this class with you. The entire goal of our project, the entire goal of our project is here. As we are going to be working together, everything we will be doing is all here. That's what I want you to perceive. By the time you understand this concept, just tell anybody you know what computer is. You know what data analysis is. You know what cybersecurity is. Once you are not confident, it means you don't understand what this means. The computer system is an electronic device. They even called it sophisticated electronic device. The reason it is described like that is that man has been able to put so much effort into the search for data. And It is only data that can allow them to have precise, accurate, and correct information to be able to take decisions about war, decisions about finance, decisions about what to sell, who to sell to, who is our target audience, who are our customers, when is their birthday, what did they buy last month, are they likely to buy this month, why is their purchase this month dropping, is it that they are buying from somewhere else? Oh, so for you to be able to take decisions about things like this, you need a large data set. You need to have enough data. So our course, our business together in this bootcamp, for all those who will be coming and those who will come later, this is what we will be discussing. But we will be discussing this in different ways, from the angle of a data analyst, from the angle of an online marketing, from the angle of application developers. So you will discover that we'll be saying the same thing. The same thing. So I'm going to kick off by allowing myself to believe that you already know what computer means. Now, if you know what computer means from the definition you can see on the screen, you will discover that everything that we are discussing revolves. Turn off your microphone. Everything that we are discussing is data. Everything we are discussing is data. So, what type of data will we be processing? What is the quality of data we will be processing? And what is the result we are expecting from this data? So I can categorically tell you that the major reason why the computer was created is because somebody needs to manipulate data. Somebody needed to manipulate data. So anytime I am thinking about computer, I just know that, okay, all I am going to be doing is to accept data because that is what the computer is designed for. If I give you something, how can I confirm that it is with you? Is either you are dropping it in your pocket, or you're holding it on your palm, or you're carrying it on your head. You have to store it somewhere. So if I give you data, you can tie it inside a leather and put it in your bag. Just hold it. So immediately the computer system accepts data. It stores it somewhere, waiting for you to tell him or her, I don't know, the computer, than a man or woman. You tell it what to do with it. So sometimes the instruction of what to do with data may be predefined. That means sometimes you can even capture data by using your camera to snap a picture, and the phone will already process it, store it, process it, and save it for you. And then waiting for you to take another picture. That one is, it has been programmed on your Android or on your device that you want it to automatically store your data permanently once you accept data that is in form of an image. Before, if you snap a picture, you will see option, save or cancel. If you snap another one, it will say save or delete. You have to press save before it will be saved. Now, immediately you have somewhere data is stored in the computer system, you need to process that data. This is where your work is as a programmer. This is where your work is as a hacker. This is where your work is as a data analyst, because the first step into anything inside computer is to collect data keep it somewhere, and start analyzing that data. So how much you will make depends on the type of data that you will be processing. The type of data that you will be processing. Secondly, the quantity of that data that you have. What is the size? Is it 1 gig? Is it 1 terabyte? Is it 1 yottabyte or 1 petabyte? The more the size of the data increases, that is how much you will be happy to make in the world of computer system. But another last thing that defines how much you make from that data is the quality of the data, the quality of that data. So for data to be of quality means it may have undergone or some intermediate processing, which is not the final process. For example, for you to have quality data of students, you have to send somebody or go yourself into all the classes and accumulate their name on the assembly ground. That time that you are writing it, you will be writing it so fast and unorganized, but you have collected data. By the time you sit down, you begin to correct the spellings, correct their names, arrange them in table. That is not what you want to do with the data, but you are already doing intermediate processing by adjusting and arranging it. Then you will now have quality data where there is no redundancy, there is no repetition. Then you can begin to process the data based on the kind of instructions you want. Oh, draw me a pie chart based on this data. Draw me a histogram based on this data. Guess this person's password for me based on the information that I have given to you. Tell me the version of the computer that this person is using because I am collecting data from his browser. Tell me what this user clicked on yesterday on my website and he did not buy. Tell me, so these are things that you have processed intermediary and then in the processing chain, and then you are about to process it to give you the exact result. Let me tell you why data is very, very important and expensive, especially when the quality is high. When you process data, you will produce information. Information is called output. So when you process data, you will produce information. The information that you will be producing is something that will be utilized either by another person, or by yourself or another process. So if you process your data and you get information, and eventually this information is going to be data to another organization or another firm or another process, you will discover that they will already be having quality data because it has been processed. We'll look at these processes critically. This is the foundation of every course that you will be taking. Let us go over it finally. We said the work of computer is around data. So we'll accept data, store data, process data to produce information. By the time you want the people that you are trying to work for know that you know it, don't forget to add for meaningful decision-making process. So the reason why we are gathering data, storing it somewhere in the RAM or in the hard disk, processing the data and producing information is because we want to take decision about something. We want to know who won the election by counting, by processing the voters' data. We want to know who is likely to win the election by processing their campaign and personal and life and career data. So the reason is that we want to take a decision on who committed that crime. So by the time you are feeding in data that is too much,
information will be lost. By the time you are feeding data that is too small, it will lead to wrong decision making. So quality data means data that is precise and concise, and it is clear. It is not fuzzy. One of the earliest example of the computer system was the Colossus that was developed during World War II. The reason why that computer system was developed is the same reason why you are here trying to use computer to make money. Somebody wanted to control the world for 1,000 years. That is Hitler. And he decided to gather engineers and force them into, I don't know how to call it, forced labor, where they are obligated to work. Physicists, I mean, what do they call them? I don't bite my tongue. Chemists, psychologists, different class of people. So these people were locked and they were trying to do mathematics that would allow them to produce missiles, bombs, different kind of instruments, automobiles that can allow them to win the war. And when the Americans discovered that it be like say these people they do something, they don't shoot satellite, go space. What did they won't shoot, go space? Oh yeah, our engineers too. Maybe we build something, we send satellite, go space. Then they brought the engineers together and work started. But the mathematics to check whether this pikin or this man get am, no be biro and paper that they use do am. The mathematics of shooting a missile from here for it to go and land in your village or another person's village and kill many people, the mathematics, they don't fit do am for paper. So because the thing they span into several papers, they now decide to say, okay, can we have this device collect all this data and tell us what to do? That is when that Colossus came. And then the Colossus was a very big computer system, a mainframe. It was as big as a building. And then the things that were powering it were big, 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 big. So the things were burning out easily. So there came this quest of reducing the size of the computer system without increasing the cost. So eventually the computer started moving from mainframe to macroframe to microframe to micro, then to now we're even having nano computers. So the computer started growing from mainframe. We now have the computer that can sit on top of your desk. That is desktop, on top of desk, on top of desk. So any computer that they put on top of desk is a desktop. The one that is put on top of lap is laptop. So we don't already know the computer they stay for table. But now I won't go meeting. See, I go carry the computer, carry processor, carry mouse for my head and wires they waka. Then let's have something smaller. The laptop came. They say, oh, this laptop too big and it's too heavy. You know, if it is small, the palm top came. And then we're beginning to have computers that can fit into your hand and you can use it to do a lot of things. Then another set of people said, we know say the one way they dey for hand they good, where somebody go they press. What if we know they there and we want make the computer they press itself? They now brought the idea of embedded systems. Embedded systems are computers that are not held on the hand. They are computers that are buried inside another computer or inside an electronic device like a smart TV, a smart radio. Do you understand? Yes, you understand. Even if you don't understand, just say yes so that we can continue. Don't turn on your microphone. All right. I want to believe that you know what is desktop, laptop, palm top, and embedded systems. If you have knowledge of this, let me tell you, you don't hammer because after this line, 5,000 don't come over your money. All right, let's move to the next. If the war is around data, the war actually is around data. The war actually is about data. The entire fight that China, America, US, and Russia is fighting is around data. They are gathering data from each other, gathering data from Africa, so that they can use the data to control us. So because they want to gather this data, they quickly produce a device that has camera, that has microphone, that has a radio, that has everything, and give it to you for cheap, so that you will use it and submit all your live data to that device, and the device will send it back to them. So every day you use the computer system, you are submitting your life to somewhere. And that is the reason why we are going to be deliberate about using the computer to make money. Don't come into my office. Don't come into that office. Don't use our Wi-Fi or network to start committing any crime. I am telling you today that the war that the world is fighting is around capturing data. China is ruling and is trying to neo-colonize Africa today, because all the gadgets that we are using in Africa is coming from China. And majority of them are also coming from US. Television where they capture somebody's voice. Microphone where they on himself, they record your voice when you know ask them. Location, GPS where they on himself, they tell your location because you want install app, or you want send something through Zender. Application where the camera they come on, they capture you where you know they know. The system, the phone where you don't put your fingerprint, where you don't give them already. You don't put your voice already. They don't already know say na you. So anytime where you want to travel, go UK or Canada, now only your name they go type inside computer, or your fingerprint. All the crime and the good things we don't do for this life, it will come out. So are you going to leave yourself in that space where you will be haunted, where data will be collected from you, or do you want to be part of those people who are collecting data? So if the Americans are collecting data from us and manipulating our ecosystem, manipulating our democracy, manipulating our economy, telling us that Naira is now, 1 Naira is now 1,600. $1 is now 1,600 Naira. How? They'll now begin to show you some mathematics. Maybe say even you maybe mathematician, know if you understand. Because why you no go understand, be say the result of what you they see will make your dollar come down. So now computer they show the result. The computer, now somebody pay somebody, we pay the person, we build the computer. The computer they use software where we say them pay somebody make it build. Which where you dey inside this picture? You know they the one way they produce. You know they the one way they produce the software where go control the computer. You know they the one way they use the data they chop. All not to submit the data. Chakam, you don't snap picture put for Facebook. Pia, you don't put your fingerprint to open app. Because you want play game, accept camera, allow access to camera, yes. Allow access to gallery, yes. Allow access to microphone, yes. Allow access to your kidney, yes. Why? Just because you want to install a game or you want to use an app. And then you accept terms and conditions that you are not even reading. So this class, this bootcamp is trying to give us some tech knowledge, tech awareness, so that deliberately we will be in the battle of catching, selling, organizing data. So how do we do that? Let us look at what data is. If I type this is something good and I send it to you on WhatsApp, I have sent you data. If I type hello, I have sent data over the network. If I collect the details of everybody in my class and I send it to you, either in PDF or in Microsoft Word, I have sent you data. If I tell you 5 plus 5 on a paper, or I ask you 5 times 5, I have given you data. Use your brain to process it and give me the information. So whatever that you are given in its raw form, raw cassava, raw gari, raw yam, is called data in the world of computer system. So, but when it comes to computer, the war is about data. And what is the data? Raw facts and figures, like 0 to 9. Numbers everywhere in the world, numbers end at 9. Numbering ends at 9. So from here, you now have combination of 1 and 0, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 5, 9, 9, 9, 4, 4, 4, but they must fall within 0 and 9. Whether you are a Buddhist, you are a Chinese, or you are a Shintoist. Now, another thing that the computer knows how to collect as data is alphabets. Everything you can see on your keyboard. If you scroll down a little again, you discover that we say the computer takes special characters that you can see here. This one will not be ABCD, will not be 1, 2, 3, 4, like underscore, hash, at, and all of that. But it does not end there. Audio, image, and video are also data that you can submit to the computer system. So anytime somebody wants to employ you, and the person say, do you know how to use computer? If you say no, God just help me make I know the deal. Because the only thing you will be using the computer to do is to just type in numbers, alphabets, special characters, or you are taking picture, or you are making an audio, or you are using a video. I think they hard for you. Where somebody go talk, say they must hold in hand before you go learn how to edit image or audio. Let us see how we can do all of these things together. So having the knowledge that this is the only data that we'll be processing throughout our life, let us see why we are processing that data. So the computer collects all of these things and work on them to produce information. So information is when you take data in and you do anything small on it, as long as it has changed, you have information. So if you take a picture, the picture is data. If you go carry the picture, go Photoshop, you don't process them. When you finish them from Photoshop, the result where you will get now information. If I call you on the phone, I'm trying to call you, immediately you pick the call, I'm talking to you, voice data is sent to you. It is being processed by the network and sent to you, and you are receiving it as information. But generally, I want you to understand that anytime anything is coming into the computer system, it is data. If it is going out of the computer system, it is information. But inside the computer system as well, we have different processes, many processes. Input processes, processing processes, output processes, multiplication processes, conditional processes, assignment processes, and different kind of process. So if data is coming into one process, if anything is coming into one process, it is data. If it is leaving that process, it becomes information. But because it is still going to be used in another process, it becomes data. If that process finish using it, it becomes information again. So data can be seen as information and information seen as data, depending on the context where you position yourself. Like when you send 5 people, 3 people to go and count the number of people who are in Abuja, one person from National Bureau of Statistics or National Population Commission will go to Jikwe, one will go to Nyanya, one will go to Karo. The one that went to Jikwe is going to collect data about the people to know how many people are in Jikwe. The one that is going to Nyanya is going to collect data about the number of people in Nyanya, and same with the person that is going to Karo. Now, by the time they have collected this data from everybody, they will start adding this data to know how many people are in Jikwe. So that addition is a process. So when the person that went to Jikwe processes his own data and he gets 20, the person that went to Nyanya added his data and got 30. The person that went to Karo got 10. This 20, 30, and 10, it is information by the time that it is still with all these agents that went to collect this data. By the time they are coming back to the office to come and submit the data to their Oga, where they go add Nyanya, Jikwe, and the Karo to know how many people they are Abuja, that information where they carry the come, you don't turn to data again. Do you understand? Yes, you understand. So I'm going to move to the next line and round up this session. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reiterate and round up data. And then the next time you are going to join in after these 10 minutes, we'll now dive into how we'll be manipulating this data. And I'll show you a typical example on the screen and then allow you to follow up and do the same thing that I have done. All right, let us head on. I'll come back to order of operations. Let's leave it for now. Let's go to how computers think. How computers think. how computers think. How does the computer behave? The computer, they say, is an idiot machine. It is garbage in, garbage out. It cannot think for itself. The only thing the computer can do is because you have asked it to do. If you leave computer for here from now to the next 10 years, it no go on himself until somebody come press the button. He go come remember and say, hey, I be computer, I supposed to come on. Now, let us see how the computers think. The computer does not understand English, French, mathematics, Igala, or Jikwe, Abina, Jukun. The computer doesn't understand anything. The computer only understands 0 and 1. That is why in mathematics itself, the first topic where you will learn now, number base. They will teach you binary numbers, decimal numbers, hexadecimal numbers, octal numbers, and different numbers in different base. The number that we are using as human beings is decimal number in base 10. We will to say 1 plus 1 are 2. 10 times 10 are 100. That is a decimal number. The computer, decimal number is 0 to 9. Binary number is 0 to 1 because it's only 2. So the computer only knows zeros and ones. So anytime you take a picture, the computer will convert everything to zeros and one and show you that, oh, see the picture where you snap. Now you dey see them as picture. Inside the computer, na zeros and one. So that picture where you dey see has been processed and it has been converted into graphics for you to see. Whatever you are seeing here on my screen is graphics. It is because I selected English. That's why you are seeing this thing as English. The computer is not seeing it like that. The computer is seeing zeros and one. Because by the time I change my language now to Chinese, the computer will convert all this thing into Chinese. But it will still be zeros and ones inside the computer system. All right, I believe you understand this part. So the language the machine understands is known as machine language. But the majority of the language that we use is a high-level language. Machine language is too barbaric, it's too difficult to code, it's too difficult to understand. So some people have taken the pain to develop languages like Python, Django, C#, Visual Basic, ASP.NET, different kind of programming languages, so that you can talk to the computer as if you are speaking English, since you understand English. So you cannot speak in machine language, but you can instruct the computer using Python and he will understand. You can instruct the computer using PHP and he will understand. Are you willing to instruct the computer, or you want the computer to be instructing and controlling you? It's a decision that you're about to make today that we are starting our class. Don't miss any class after this class. If you miss, I will not permit you to be in the next class. Now, let us continue and see how the computer accepts data, stores data, processes data, and produces information. The computer has two major parts, hardware and software. Those are just the two major parts of the computer system. And then the hardware are the physical parts that you can see and touch. And they include those physical parts that the computer used to collect, the physical part that the computer used to process, some physical parts that the computer used to tell you what it is doing. Those are the three major hardware. The one where they use collect, the one where they use keep, and the one where they use tell you what then they do. I believe say they understand what I talk. So one, name the input unit, keyboard, mouse, scanner, camera, microphone, joystick. You see, these are the things, the hardware where the computer they use collect something from you or from anybody. By the time you don't collect them, you go carry and go keep inside RAM. Now they call main memory. RAM. I don't know whether your own phone get RAM, whether I go to get. But the price of a computer system, the price of any laptop is defined by the RAM, random access memory. Because anything the computer is doing, anything that the computer will be doing, anything the computer is currently doing is stored in the RAM. So if you want to go buy phone, you know, ask them, say, what be in the RAM. Or you want to go buy computer, you know, ask them, say, what be the RAM. they will give you goat instead. You will use phone go dey slow. You go open Facebook, you go open WhatsApp. If then if you just on internet, your phone go hang for another 15 minutes. Why? You know, see, if the brain no dey enough for am to take work. The RAM just be like your forebrain. The hard disk, it be like your hind brain. Now, let me give you an example of what the RAM is. As I am talking to you now, you are listening to me, you are only hearing me, and you are processing what I am saying. That means what is in your RAM now is what I am talking about. If your RAM no dey big enough, and as I dey talk to you now, you dey think of how you go take go house, you dey think of your pikin school fees, you dey think of house rent, and your RAM no big, your body go begin hot. As your body go begin dey hot, you go shut down. They will give you paracetamol. If you overuse your RAM because you never develop am, they will give you injection. So that is why the RAM is important. If you have a phone, you on WhatsApp, you never use and finish, you on Facebook, you never use and finish, you on Instagram, and the RAM of the computer no plenty, so the computer body go hot, e go hang, and they must shut am down, or e go sleep, wake up before im brain go correct. So the RAM is a major part of the computer system. It does not keep anything permanent. As long as the phone does go off or the computer go off, the thing wey dey inside RAM go wipe off. The RAM dey only hold those things where your computer they do now. And because the computer only understands zeros and ones, the only thing it does is arithmetic and then logic, which is the one that it uses to take decision. Then the control unit controls how the data comes, how the data is stored, how the data is manipulated, and how the data is sent to the output. So the third part is the output unit that will tell you what the computer is doing and what it has done. The monitor, the printer, the speaker, and the plotter. By the time the computer has shown you what it is doing, then it may help you permanently store it in an external device. The hard disk is not part of the computer system. It's a peripheral device that is attached to the computer so that data can be stored permanently. Computers are using SSD these days. Hard disks are fading away. So we have a hard disk drive, we have solid state drive, we have compact disks which are already going, and then we have flash drive, which is a USB stick. So in the next session, we are going to discuss what is software, and then you are going to start your first assignment of using a software. So I'm going to terminate the class. You have to join me once it is 1:45. Thank you very much for listening. Head on now. Now, in the previous session, we looked at what data is. Then we looked at what computer is and say it's all about data. And the reason is for decision making. And we already know that the reason why the computer came and became very popular was because of the Second World War, during the Second World War. And the essence is to convert data into information. And we said that when we talk about data, which is the most important thing that the computer accepts, store, process to produce information, anytime you want to work as an online marketer, just know that you'll be working with numbers, you'll be working with alphabets, you'll be working with special characters, and you'll be working with audio, image, and video. Also know that if you are going to be a programmer, you'll be typing numbers, alphabets, special characters, you'll be uploading image, audio, and video. If you are a hacker, you hack numbers, account numbers, alphabets, names, email addresses. You also use special characters, you hack audios, videos, and images. They are your data that you will use to access people. So I can send you a video, you open it, you play the video, it will show you a prompt, you will say accept, and I will store a virus in your computer. So all of them are data, and it is data that you can use. It is because of data that we all exist in the world of computer. Now we know what information is, and we say information can be seen as data that is processed. It can be seen as data sometimes and seen as information depending on which context we are looking at it from. And we use an example of those who went to capture population data, they produce the information, which later became data again in the office. Then we came to the world of computer and talked about hardware. And we say the hardware part of the computer, we say the computer has two major parts, hardware and software. The hardware is the one we can see and touch, like the input unit, the processing unit, and the output unit. Then the storage unit, they are all physical and we can touch them. Then the second part of the computer system is software. This software is set of instructions or programs that tell the computer what to do. You cannot physically touch a software. You cannot. You can only see a graphics that is representing a software. For example, this environment that you are seeing, this Zoom that we are using is a software. I can only use it. I cannot see the code that is running this software, but I can see a graphical representation of Zoom on my screen, that it is blue and the Zoom starts from ZOOM, something like that. So the software, we have two types of software, just like we have three types of hardware, input, processing, and output. But for software, we have system software and application software. So by the time you buy a computer system or you buy your Android phone or you buy your iPhone, they come with a system software. System software no dey concern us for Africa because we no dey manufacture hardware. So there's nobody in Nigeria that is building something like Windows operating system. There's nobody in Africa that is building something like Android. There is nobody that is building something like iOS, Mac OS, Linux OS. And so system softwares, most times they come with our device. It is the easiest way for them to capture our data. They have produced the hardware and then they have installed Android. Android is developed with billions of dollars, but Android is given to you for free. Many apps are also developed with millions of dollars and given to you for free. So Android comes with your Techno phone or Infinix phone or Oppo phone. iOS will come with your Apple phone, whether an iPhone 99 or iPhone what. Then Windows operating system can come with your HP laptop or your Dell laptop, like the one that we all are using. If you are using Apple laptop like Mac, you'll be using Macintosh operating system. You'll be using Mac operating system. If I develop a website and I want to host it online, I'll host it on a Linux operating system. If I am into hacking, I'll be using Linux operating system instead of Windows operating system. So system software are those softwares that control the hardware operating system like Windows, Mac, Linux, Android. Then if you buy a printer, your computer will not be able to understand the printer because the printer na Canon and your laptop na HP. So they know they understand each other. The only way where your laptop or your phone fit print through printer, that means they don't install the printer driver for your phone. That driver self na system software. So na driver na they install, we go allow computer fit print, fit use scanner, if you use camera, or if you use any other thing. So every hardware comes with a driver. This my mouse where they use, e get driver. If you no get driver, this my mouse for no dey work. So make I show you the driver where they make this mouse dey work. For example, so I'll open device manager. When I open device manager, these are all the hardwares on my machine. This is the one for the speaker and the microphone. This is the one that controls battery. This is the one that controls fingerprint and whatever. Bluetooth, camera, see all of them there, keyboard and mouse. So this my mouse where they work, where they see. So the reason why my computer understand and where they work now because of say, you go see say you get drivers. You see it? If I open this one, you see it's a driver. This is the driver that the machine is using. It's provided by Microsoft, and then I can uninstall it. If I uninstall it, this mouse no go work again. Are you getting me? Yes, you are. So here, every device has its driver. So the person will manufacture the driver so that you go fit install them for your own hardware and it go work. That is it. So, all right, let's fire down. Now that we know what drivers are as example of system software, if you want to talk to the computer system for the computer to understand in a language, you'll be using compilers and interpreters. For example, if you want to talk to the computer using Python, you install Python interpreter. If you want to talk to the computer using PHP, you install PHP interpreter. If you want to talk to the computer using Node.js, you will install Node, the C++ Node engine, like that. Now, this other part of the software, you know, they consign us because we know they manufacture hardware. The one wey consign us na application software because whether you be typist, you go use Microsoft Word. If you be accountant, you go dey use Excel. If you be web developer or you dey browse on the internet or you dey use WhatsApp, you be using the web. If you be graphic designer, you go dey use Adobe Photoshop and Canva. If you be accountant, you go dey use Sage and QuickBooks. If you wan do marketing for social media or you want to show yourself online, you go use Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you be programmer, you go use VS Code. This application, they know they come with computer. Now the one where you go download or buy, install by yourself, make you think and achieve your dream. So our coming together in this class, in this boot camp, is to achieve our dream using the knowledge where we know say system software dey where they control computer wey no consign us. We go learn application software where they required for our profession. So if you be accountant and you know Sage, your salary no fit pass 100,000, even if you work for 10 years. If you be accountant and you know QuickBooks, na the same thing. If you dey use Sage and you sabi Sage as an accountant, your salary fit reach 5 million per month. Because the more you dey learn how to use this ERP, the more the company they make more money because if you do projections, if you do predictions, you can give them sales and every analysis using Sage 50. The same way, if your life now to do social media, you want to be an influencer, you must install social media tools like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Dribble, LinkedIn, Snapchat, many of them to allow you to professionally use it. But if it is not your career, if you don't want to professionally use social media, you'll be using it as somebody who is losing money on the internet. Because by the time you buy data, 100 naira, you go use and scroll, watch people picture and video, you go finish. You buy another one, use and watch comedy, you go finish. But by the time you choose to use Facebook to make money, immediately you open Facebook, you get where you go. Immediately you open Instagram, you get where you go. And you go dey use them, you go dey make money. So the same way for programmers. If you be architect, you go use AutoCAD, ArchiCAD, 3D Max. If you be engineer, if anything wey you dey do, software dey wey be for you. So for those of us who sit down for there inside this office and those of us who join online, you need to identify your tools and how to use them properly. So what we will be learning, because it is practical, we'll be using the tools. Everybody must know how to use word processors, like the one that I am using. I am using Google Docs. This is a word processor. I can type documents and I can type anything I want. So the same way, we have a spreadsheet. We have spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, now the one that they use they do accounting. For example, make I open one spreadsheet, make you see. Control T, spreadsheet. So if I open Google Sheet, I think it should be sheets.google.com. Let's just open this spreadsheet. So spreadsheet is used for accounting, for inventory, for expenses, for purchases. It's like Excel. Excel is a spreadsheet application. So if I open a new spreadsheet, you will see that we have rows and columns where I can begin to enter data, enter figures, enter amount, and all of that. This is a spreadsheet app. So we also have another type of app for like for web, like Chrome. This is Chrome. I am using Google Chrome. This is Chrome here. You know what is Google Chrome. We also have some other ones. Don't press spoil. Then we have the one for graphics, Canva. I have Canva here. Everybody must know how to use Canva. Everybody must know how to use Excel and Chrome. Everybody must have basic knowledge of how to use Sage in case you need to add them for your CV. Then for those who they learn online marketing and social media marketing, you learn your own tools. The programmers, now then go suffer pass. The hackers, now then go see when. All right, I'm going to round this session up by telling you something that confuses everybody in the world of computer: file organization. When you tell somebody, you get data, you go say, not only 200 megabytes I get to. That is not data. That is your internet subscription. Data na zeros and ones. Data na picture. Data na image. The reason why people go just call them data now because of say if you no subscribe them, you no go fit send picture to somebody. That is data, and you no go fit download image from another person's computer, which is also data. You no go fit send somebody hi, which is data, and the person no go reply hi, which is data. Now, how can you see data since it's in zeros and one? The computer organizes data inside a document. We call it file. Everything inside the computer is a file. Everything you see here on my desktop is a file. This is an image that is a link to a file. Because of this arrow that is here, this small arrow, you see this one no get the arrow, this one no get the arrow, but this one get the arrow. It is telling me that this is a shortcut to a file that is stored inside program files, BlueStack, see the location here. This one is an image, we call it icon, that represents the location inside your hard disk. This one is also a folder that is representing the location inside your memory. So these are all represented in graphics. What is a file? This is a file. An image is a file. A PDF is a file. An audio is a file. A video is a file. Everything in the computer system is a file. Where is this WhatsApp? Let me show you where this WhatsApp is. I'm going to right click. Then I'm going to open file location. You can see that WhatsApp is a file. It is here inside my HD player. It's a file. Now, how do you identify different type of files and how computers store the data in files? Now, when the computer stores data in files, it will store it and give it an extension. So if you have 0 and 1, it is called a bit. So that is how computer measure data, whether now 1 megabyte or 1 gigabyte. It starts from 0 or 1, which is bit. If you have 8 bits, like when you say hello, or when you say A, is 8 bits, which is 1 byte. When you have 1024 bytes, you will now have 1 kilobyte. When you have 1024 kilobytes, you will have 1 megabyte. When you have 1024 megabytes, you have 1 gigabyte. That is the data subscription where we subscribe from MTN or Glo. So that we go fit upload data. That is why if you subscribe 1 gig and you download two data, like 2 movies, maybe 500 megabytes, your data go finish in 1 minute. You go say, hey, MTN do the job people data. No be you they use and they download data and they upload picture. You just they scroll through comedy and it is not free. You are downloading data from the internet. So the size of data that you have will define how much you make. Is it in gigabyte? Is it in terabyte? Is it in petabyte, exabyte, and yottabyte? They are all there. Look at it and let us know where you are. Now, if it is a text file, the computer will store it as emmanuel.docs. If it is a PDF, emmanuel.pdf. If it is a text, emmanuel.txt. These are text files. Example of a text file is this file here that I am typing text. This is what we call text. This is text. All right. Now, we have image file. Any file you see that has the ending, the name end with .jpg is an image. If it end with .png, it's a picture, it's an image. .gif, .svg, they are images. If na audio where you feel here through speaker, you will see and say it end with .mp3. You will see and say it end with .wav. If na video, .mp4, .mov, .avi. If na something where somebody feel install, if na for Windows machine you want install am like this my computer, it go end with .axe. If na for Android phone you want install am, it go end with .apk. If na for Apple you want install am, it go end with .app. Now so the thing they end with different extension. If now online you want go watch the thing, it go end with HTML or CSS or JavaScript. So finally, everything that is in your computer must be stored in a format that the computer will know how to open it. Let me show you an example. This is follow.mp4. It means it is a video. So let me try and open it. Bam, bam.
I came across a raw.
See?
Rural India.
Now,
a large bonfire.
The computer knows say this thing a video. That's why I use VLC media player open now. Now, if I open image, why you no go use VLC media player open up? Where you go use an image viewer to open it. Like now, it's trying to open it with an image editor. Because the file has an extension, so the computer knows what to use to open it. That is why if they transfer you video for phone or something where you want to open and where the thing say unsupported file format, it means the thing no get format where the computer understand. So this one is .mp4, this one is .png, this one is .sql, it's a server file. This one is .html, is a browser file. This one is .mp4, mp4. This one is .inc because it's a link. All right, so there are different file formats. Then anyone where somebody fee install, we could check what it fee install. I'll check it inside downloads and round up this class. Downloads. Inside downloads, have I installed? Okay, you can see this one is where is .exe? .exe should be a program. Let's go to programs. Let's do .exe. .exe. Let me search it. All right, see, I just downloaded one today. Now, because of this class, what I want to do online. It's called OBS Studio. Windows installer .exe. Can you see it? .exe. To tell you that if I double click it, it will not open. The computer will just try to install it because it ends with .exe. So everything is that is in a computer is stored in a file format, and the format is defined by the extension. All right, let me round up by telling you that everything that is in your computer cannot be seen by another person. Everything that is in your computer cannot be stolen by another person. Nobody can hack you and carry what is in your computer unless your computer is connected to the person's computer. And that is where we have networks and internet. So because I have data in my computer and you also need the data, me and you must create a network. Me and you must create a network. All right. Now, the network can be Bluetooth network, it can be Wi-Fi network, it can be Xender network, or any kind of network, but there must be a network. For somebody to be able to hack you, he must thief your computer, or you and him must be on a network. For me to send you any file, you must be on a network. For example, if I connect cable to you or inside Cyber Cafe, we have a local area network. The one we cover like Nyanya and Karo together, they can call it metropolitan area network. The one we cover wider area like Abuja, like campus, now wide area network. So if I connect my computer to you, that network will give you address and it will give me address. So if I send anything to you, it will deliver to another person, it will deliver to your own address. Different type of network dey. The one way we say we go connect to each other, and the one way we don't connect to each other, we go fit connect to another one. So in the next class, we are going to discuss network and how we can send things over the internet, because if you are developing web, you are going to put it on a network. If you are going to be doing online marketing, you are going to be doing the marketing on the internet, which is a network. If you are going to be doing data analysis, you have to send the data on a network. If you want to hack First Bank or you want to hack anybody, you have to connect to a network, whether Bluetooth or internet or any kind of network. Without the knowledge of network, you cannot understand what they call internet. So in the next class, I'll tell you what a network is. So the first assignment that I am going to give you is that I want all of you to settle down and create for me a place where we can collect data. And for us to do that, Mr. Juwon, that is sitting there with Divine, is going to teach you all what we call HTML. And in this HTML, I want you to design a simple page. I'm going to send you that design, and you are going to group yourself according to the number of pieces you have there and do it in the next 20 minutes. Thank you very much, and I'm going to end this class now. This video is going to be available on YouTube. I will share the channel with you. You are going to subscribe to that channel and download the video and go over it at your own convenience. Do you have any question you want to ask me? One after the other. Turn your microphone on. So I'm going to mute my own and listen to you.
Question now. Question. It's on. I don't know. Madam, we be asking a question. Madam, let's hear you. Want to hear your question, madam?
Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Apart from the person that is talking. Okay, so nobody has any question, right? Okay, thank you for not asking any question. I'm going to draw questions for you, and I'm going to give you an assignment based on this class.
Sorry, there's a question, sir. There are two questions here.
All right.
There are three questions here.
Oh yeah, one after the other.
Anybody that does not ask a question.
Anybody that is not asking, turn your microphone off. I ask question one after the other. Any question at all? Anything you have heard before about computer or from this class? Ask me whether computer they fly. I'm not hearing anybody. You are thinking about the question.
Okay. So I want to ask concerning that computer only understands 0 and 1.
All right.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, that is the particular question I want to ask.
I've not asked a question now. You're just telling me that I talk about computers
Okay, the
instead of.
question is that when I open a computer system and I click gallery or any other app, does it mean that that particular app is 0 or is 1? I want to understand this deeply.
Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. Now, I'm going to show you a typical example, right? So,
Yes, sir.
when you have, let me show you an instance. If I type 0, the computer knows what 0 is. If I type 1, the computer does not need to interpret 0 or 1 to know what it means. But in computer, for example, in hexadecimal notation, or let's say decimal notation, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 10. Then we have A, B, C, D, E, F. That is it. I think it's up to 15 already. Yes. Now, you see, inside the computer system, when you press 0 is 0. When you press 1 is 1. But when you press 2, inside the computer will convert it to 1 0. 1 0 means 2. When you press 3, the computer will convert it to, let's see what is 3 inside computer. 3 is equal to 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1, 1, remainder 1. Then the one that is remaining, 1 divided by 2 is equal to 0, remainder 1. So 3 inside computer is 1, 1. So let us look at 4. 4 in computer is 4 divided by 2 because the computer only knows binary, so it will divide everything by 2. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2, remainder 0. It will keep the remainder is the answer. Then we have is remaining 2, right? Now 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1, remainder what again? 0, right? Now, then 2 divided by 2, no, 1 that is remaining divided by 2 is equal to 0, remainder 1. So the computer will count it upwards, 1, 1, 0, 0. So 4 means 1, 0, 0. Are you seeing it? So by the time I press A, it means I'm trying to check 10. What is 10 inside computer system? Now, if you snap a picture, the computer, because the pictures are actually zeros and ones that are colored, the computer will convert everything to a bunch of zeros and ones and draw a line on it. Depending on the size of the picture you have taken, inside the computer will do this arithmetic and store it like this. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, just something like this, like this. So the computer will store it. That is the representation. So the computer knows that this is an image and this is the data that is stored inside. This one will not be shown to you. It's only known to the computer. So that is how the computer stores data in its, that is how it interprets it to understand it. So whatever is applied to the computer, it will convert it to something like this before it can understand what you are talking about. Thank you very much. Last question. We have 5 minutes left. Anybody else? Is anyone asking?
No question, sir.
No question, right?
No question, right?
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir.
I'm going to drop questions for you right now on the group. If you're not on the group, join that group. Then, please, I will need you to listen to me again quickly. Like I discussed with us, all of you there are going to work. If you don't work, the way I will teach you reach, I will confuse you again. The reason why I need you to work is so that you can practice what you are learning. So whatever you are learning, immediately, I want you to start working with us. If you are willing and you are in, I'm going to give you 1,001 work to start doing. So for those of us who have asked to send their CV, send your CV to careers@mylifeseed.org. And then call me on the phone to notify me and let us discuss. So I also teach you how to package your CV. And then while you are doing the work with us and you are getting paid, we also look for a remote job for you that you will still sit down in my office there, use the internet and do the work for Oyibo people. We're going to get jobs and outsource them to you. We're going to do them and pay us. So I hope you are very, very ready for it. If not, we'll give you ID card to make you enter inside class. Thank you very much. I'm going to drop that assignment right away.